Do you want a hot meal? Excuse? Mere drink when on the trail? If you are considering purchasing a backpacking stove, this short video may help. As you know, there are white gas stoves, propane stoves, alcohol stoves, spit stoves, and wood-burning stoves. Choose a stove based on the following criteria. First, can it ever work? Is the stove just totally wrong for the conditions or the type of cooking desired? Second, how serious is it if the stove doesn't work? Will you have a friend with another stove? Can you eat your food cold? Third, are there airline restrictions, forest fire restrictions, or fuel availability issues involved in where you wish to travel? Cooking for a group of people is different than cooking for yourself. Boiling drinking water from snow is much different than boiling water from a stream. A propane stove that works great in the summer may not work at all in the winter. Lighting and tending to a stove with gloves on may be very difficult. Many things to consider to make an informed purchase. White gas stoves are best when you need a large amount of heat, such as melting snow for water or cooking for a group in the snow. But white gas fuel is stinky, a little tricky to light, and the stoves have many parts which can fail. Propane stoves are easy to light, produce lots of heat, but the fuel can leak out and cold weather may render the stove inoperable. Alcohol stoves have few parts and thus very reliable, are very lightweight, and the fuel has little odor. But they produce half the heat of a white gas stove and therefore are much slower to boil water. Also, many alcohol stoves cannot simmer and must burn out to remove excess fuel. Spit stoves have very limited heat output, fixed fuel supply, very stinky and hazardous fumes, and are the most expensive per burn. But they are the most reliable and very lightweight. Wood-burning stoves have very high heat output, simplest construction, highest reliability mechanically, and cheapest to operate, but they are the most difficult to light and maintain, and fuel can be very difficult to obtain in winter, and they may be prohibited by fire restrictions. I personally prefer alcohol stoves. My favorites are the Janky and the white box. The Janky is a true set-it-and-forget-it type stove. I set mine up, regardless of weather, light it, and then go about my other business. The Janky burner is self-storing and can simmer for over an hour on a single fill-up. Self-storing means that a lid seals unused fuel in the burner body. The white box stove is lighter than the Janky and the stove body serves as the pot stand. The white box also produces more heat and will boil water faster. But the white box is harder to light and can take a couple minutes to bloom before it is ready to place a kettle on, which is waste of fuel. The white box cannot simmer, and it is not self-storing. So you must guess the correct amount of fuel needed. I like the Janky in bad weather, and the white box in good. Both are best-of-breed alcohol stoves. I personally place highest value on reliability. It is more important to me than lightest weight. But I almost always solo backpack and not in the winter. I'm not in a rush, so extra minutes to boil water does not matter to me. Your needs and criteria may be different. Maybe a whisper light or jet boil is right for you, maybe not. Whatever stove you choose, make an informed decision. There are many backpacking-related forums where you can ask questions. And there are many videos like this that will help you understand the trade-offs with each stove type. I wish you well on the trail.